So let's get back to it with this Vinestalker fighter, yeah? This should be the last session. I assume this is the last session. We've got 4 runes, so we're, we could pretty much go get the Orb of Zod and win at this point, although we'd really like to have a lot more experience, So let's keep that in mind. Tone, I don't blame you. Maybe when my fork comes out, you'll be more interested in trying that out. Maybe a game that's run by people who actually care about the player base. Speaking of which, if you have ideas on reworking Nemelex in my fork, I would be open to hearing them. Because I know you care a lot about that particular god. And I'm definitely interested in hearing opinions from somebody who actually uses him on a regular base. On a regular, wow, what player base? That's funny. Uh-oh, we got marked on a completely unexplored depths. Let's put on Pro Cold. Because there's a lot of ice guys around here. In fact, come to think of it, let's just drop this Ring of Protection, because then I'll actually have good resistances across the board. We should be able to just tab through this stuff for the most part. Oh boy. Let's walk away from this dude. Get our hit points and whatnot back. Well, Tone, I've definitely got some ideas. I think that fixing the item issues, the item management, inventory management was a good thing, and just about everything else about it was bad. And yeah, this character is kind of squishy for level 24, but what are you going to do? I mean, I'm wearing a +0 chainmail is the thing, so that I can have the MR+, since my only other option would be to wear both these rings, which is not so good. But we're also, we can train more armor and dodging at some point. It's just this -3 apt from sacking skill is really gonna hurt. But I'm not totally unhappy with these defenses. The fact that my resistances are covered now is really, really important to me. And we have this big-ass shield, which certainly helps. Yes, Edort, I did Vaults 5. No, there's no Golden Dragon scales. That would be nice. For that, I probably would wear the 2 rings or whatever of resistance. Cold and fire resistance. But I also would like to have a giant stack of enchant armor. We only have 2. Although, come to think of it, why don't we... Well, I was waiting to see the... I think I was waiting to see the elf loot before I used those 2 enchant armors. Why don't we go ahead and use those on our large shield? You may be wondering why haven't I used the Scroll of Acquirement, and it's because there's a trove that wants 2 Scrolls of Acquirement, and against my better judgment, I am waiting on that. Oh, this is interesting. This amulet has Star Slow, but a lot of really good stuff on it otherwise. Wow. It's actually a really amazing amulet. It's just too bad it's got Star Slow, which can really screw you over. This ring has -Telly. That'd be good. For Zot. Maybe we'll buy it here in a bit. Actually, I'm tempted to just... I'm tempted to wear this for the RC. And then we can just take it off if we need to teleport, Now I'm immune to teleport traps, which is quite nice. As for NEM's inventory management, it's a non-issue for anyone in his IOM scale. Like early on, you burn through your hit point, potions, and wands, and hold on to wands. If it was old NEM, Devo, instead of Invo, then you have problems choices. Previously with Invo, you just ditch all the crap items. Yeah, but I can understand not wanting the player to have to deal with ditching all the crap items. Like, that part I do get. Although, I mean, honestly, just like making the decks stack would have been the ideal solution. You know, you pick up a deck, it gets added to the back of the existing deck, and then just change the way that the stack deck ability works. Any ability that just like wipes out a stack, you could alter it a bit. Yeah, Dort, it'll have like teleport traps or Zot traps or I don't know, man. Ebering's silly as hell. Let's drop these stones. Let's go grab some javelins. Weirdly enough, this character actually really kind of wants a ranged option. No joke. I'm actually going to train, weirdly enough, I'm going to train throwing to like 5. Just for annoying situations. There's really not much of the game left, but it's not really any investment at all. Also, let's grab all these javelins. No, I agree entirely, Adort. Forcing the player to deal with that, particularly, honestly, Zot traps are the worst, since they can paralyze you and they can word of recall things around you and blah blah blah. It's just very painful. Hellion's dead. Power leap across. Ordinarily, I would consider doing Vestibule to get the horn, but guess what? We can't use the horn. We sacrificed the evocations. I don't know, Tone. Traps are probably going to be removed entirely from my fork, just because they're really bad. Okay, let's keep the helmet of RF on and drop the helmet of C invisible. Yeah, I forgot we were wearing a helmet of RF, so I wouldn't even need a ring of that, would I? Yeah, I think you might be right, Tone. I mean, there's some core concepts going on with Crawl that are really interesting, but there are a lot of ways that it falls flat, which honestly is not altogether different than Darkest Dungeon if you think about it. Just got shafted from depths 2 to depths 4. Thankfully, we're just like really, really strong. I should probably stop tabbing though. Okay, we kill the Earth guy. Okay, we're gonna fog. Pop on C invisible. Kill the vampire, there we go. So as to turn off the any flay, you know. The magic map so I know where the staircases are. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do this backwards so that I don't have to deal with that BS again. Bro, I am RF plus. Stop doing so much damage to me. Okay, that's a problem. It's a big issue. I think I need to use a blink scroll, so let's do that. Sort of obnoxious. That's okay though, blink is about to be relatively useless to me if I go into Zot, so what we really should be doing is pulling things up like a smart guy because, well, we're just not very defensive, sadly. You know, there's a CPA in the orc. Does minus tell us stop blink? Yeah, it does. Okay, so we just found something awesome for this character, the Cloak of Starlight. Not only does this replace our +0 cloak, so it's a strict upgrade in many ways, it gives us RC+, so that's covered. It gives us RLX, so that's covered without the use of Amulet of Air, so we could take that off if we were so inclined. And we get a super sick +4 EV out of it, so that's just a, you know, mana from heaven type item right there. I love it. There's no amulet, though, that really replaces the Amulet of Air. I guess I could just wear, like, +3 reflection or whatever. I don't know. Interesting. Maybe I should pop on See Invisible. How do you guys feel about unrand art generation? It's okay. Do you think there's a problem with it? Okay, we got hit by a teleport trap. I actually took off my minus tele right before that happened, so I could have Senv all the time, which is kind of funny. Let's APOC. No big deal, you know. Weapon shop that I don't care about. Let's kill these Boggarts. A lot of times I want to play around with one, but at the same time I think having a way to force one ruins the magic of them. Oh, you're saying you want like an item generation system? Being able to mess with items is an interesting concept in this game, and not really like an unforeseen one. You know what I mean? Like you can mess with items already by virtue of like enchant weapon, enchant armor. So it's not a new thing. So having it extend to artifacts, I don't think would be the end of the world. You'd have to be careful though, not to, as you say, ruin the magic of it. Although one thing that messes around with those, kind of flips it on its head, is the idea of the archaeologist start. You know, we're going to add that from bcrawl. Well, originally from xcrawl. Alright, guys. I can't really run away from this stuff. A lot of deep troll earth mages. Honestly, I should be keeping one alive in case I need to bust into the Zig. You know, if like the ziggurat is blocked off, I may want to do a few floors of a Zig, you see. And since I sacrificed Artifice, I actually cannot get inside. You know, kind of dumb. It's Apocalypse. Just so I don't have to deal with a... Whoa, 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 whoa. Fully charged, you say? Let's fear. Let's not get paralyzed. I almost tabbed right into a paralysis there. It's probably this shapeshifter. Nope, that's a floating eye. Alright, dude. Can't seem to hit him. That amulet's not helping. Okay, he actually paralyzed us, but we killed the rest of his, his pack before he got the paralysis. Well, most of the rest of his packs, so we weren't likely to die there. Okay. Okay, cool. Shining crystal plate armor, hello. Shiny crystal plate armor. Of ponderousness. Fascinating. I would be okay with wearing that, to be honest. Of course, we would need some MR. I guess I could wear like one ring of MR and probably be okay versus liches. I don't know about ancient liches. Let me see. No, ancient liches are still a little bit, but if we got to level 27, I bet we'd be okay. Regular liches? Nope. Huh. Should I wear the ponderousness, I wonder? Go from, let's see, 23 AC, 22 EV, 37 AC, 19 EV. It's pretty good, you guys. Hey, 2 scrolls of acquirement. Let's find out. Let's find out if I'm about to meme myself or not. I gotta get up, though. I found 2 acquirement, but we have to actually get to the trove. Also, let's, you know what? Let's roll the dice. Okay. We rebranded fire to slashing, which is the same as Vorpal. So that's cool. That means we'll never need a scroll of brand weapon again. Dith can't read scrolls? What? That's a huge penalty. You want Dith to not let you read scrolls? I mean, you'd have to make Dith a lot better for that to be worth it. Okay. Right, I was going to the trove. Okay, we have not gotten memed. We found, well, we could still get memed. You know, it's never too late to get memed. Ice Arlec, that's crap. That's RF++, I like that. Yeah, no, Tone, I understand what you're going through for thematically there. All I'm saying is it would have to be really damn powerful to justify that. Gourmand, our poise, don't need that. I'm identifying the amulets because they could be harm. Start drain at +5, that's kind of silly. Well, I'll grab that, just in case. Profire, no. MR minus Slay minus 4. I don't think so. Dropping the ring Kooksty. Acrobat RF plus. I'll take that with me, I guess. R poise strength, don't need that. That's just synth with some other crap on it. Don't care, don't care. Cormand fly RN plus plus. Well, that's just kind of wish I had just maybe tried to acquire weapon. Yeah, no, I don't disagree, Tone. I do think the polarizing designs can be a lot of fun. That's just something that would have to, like, thought would have to go into it, you know? Okay, I think about this. I honestly really don't want to wear the Amulet of Air anymore, even though the EV plus 5 and the R missile is quite nice. The inaccuracy is obnoxious. Certainly we don't want to wear the Amulet of Pulor. That's just plus fly R and plus Gourmand. Yeah, no, we don't need the Arlec tone, because we've got that from the Cloak of Starlight. I would agree with you that it would be worth it if we still needed Arlec, but we don't. We have the best Arlec item. I guess I could just put on... Well, I don't know, man. Actually, this Acrobat RF Plus is pretty sick, you know? That's not bad at all. Gives us RF plus total. That's good for Orbs of Fire, and the Acrobat is actually not half bad for getting away. I mean, that's not terrible. Acrobat is criminally underrated, I think. In the previous patch, you just slap on an Amulet of Faith and never take it off? Well, that depends on your god. Or do you mean for Nemelex? Because, I mean, yeah, for certain gods, Faith is just the best possible thing. Although on Ru, it's more or less worthless. Well, it's not worthless. Just at this point in the game, it's worthless. Come on, don't do this to me. I'm gonna have to freaking apoc this thing. What? Nope, I melee him. Very, very obnoxious that we had to fight that. Yeah, Faith on Nemelex is amazing. I really gotta be careful with this ponderousness versus things that can cast for huge damage. Okay, let's kill his entourage. This is Sajobo, the king of the Tengu. We failed to hit him. Before he summoned his boys. We take him out nonetheless. I'd hoped to hit him first so we could get the anti-magic on him. But that's okay. Got my first extended win with Nemelex. I ended up running around the abyss for a long time. Yeah, Thufir, that can be pretty good. And yeah, Edort, that was a pretty painless Sajobo. I mean, with Vinestalker, you know, having anti-magic helps a lot since he really can't do much to you, you know. And his buddies can be annoying, but, you know, with 38 AC, what are they going to do to me? They really can't do any damage to me. Alright, wow, 3 scrolls of brand weapon. Not that we really need that at this point. I guess we could switch to like an evening star if there was one available. Technically there is one. I wonder, enchant weapon? There's no enchant weapon available. Oh, I guess I have this Fustipaloosa freezing that I was enchanting up. Yeah, I don't need to worry about that. Let's enchant up the large shield to max though. Alright, courtesy of the terribly stupid new trap system, we go downstairs and we immediately get marked. So we just go right back upstairs, I guess. Interesting decisions, you guys. Fault. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so your best pal, Ebering, who's definitely friendly towards the player base and not condescending as hell, set up this thing where every single trap can be triggered every single time you reveal a square. Okay, so teleport, shaft, mark, not dispersal, you actually have to walk into those. But like almost everything else, all the ones that really matter a lot, you take a step into unexplored territory and you have a chance of it happening. So imagine what that means for going downstairs. A lot of tiles are revealed. So there's actually a pretty substantial chance of going downstairs and immediately getting teleported or shafted or marked, which is pretty asinine. And also, the chances go up as you travel through the dungeon. So like, you know, you'll be in Tomb and you'll like regularly get marked 3 times on the same floor. It's just insane. Hey, we got shafted again. As if to prove my point. Yeah, no, people would not tolerate this kind of nonsense from a DM. You know. I like to think of the current DCSS devs as kind of like bad faith DMs, you know, the kind of DM who falls into that terrible trap of thinking that the game is DM versus players rather than DM trying to make sure everybody at the everybody has a good time. Yeah, that was a lucky shafted Dort. Could have sent me in the middle of one of these dumb vaults. But it didn't. Bro, we almost have 25 shields. I bet you didn't think we'd make it. Feels like a social event that you curate with the excuse of playing a game. It's a dinner party for nerds, basically. For me, the fun of D&D is you're crafting a story. Everybody at the table is crafting a story. Everybody gets more or less equal power to craft that story. I guess the DM a little more than everybody else. And a lot of people get this sort of mistaken impression. And by the way, it can be a tactical game too. You know, I'll let the dice fall where they may. Generally, I won't fudge numbers, and that part of it can be fun, but largely the real fun comes in crafting a story together with your friends. And a lot of DMs don't quite understand all the nuance there, because as a DM, your main job really is to make sure everybody has a good time. Like, that's your job. That's your only job, you know? And that, you know, everybody else's idea of fun might not necessarily line up perfectly. Well, no, I can see the argument towards fudging numbers in D&D. Like, you really don't... If there's going to be, like, a total party kill, you want it to be something that's, you know, fun, rather than just, like, pointless, you know? But other than that, I mean, if your character can go down swinging or whatever, and have, like, an epic way out, that can be pretty interesting, you know? You know, I like it when it feels like there are real consequences that I'm not just going to, like, save you whenever things go badly for your character, you know. But that can happen in D&D just because of the nature of it. I don't recognize this vault, by the way. It's real damn annoying, though, for people without really good ranged options. Okay, I get paid with a scroll of enchant armor. I guess that we can enchant the crystal plate, although, you know, there is another crystal plate available. It's just not enchanted up, you know. So I wonder. I don't know if I really want to be ponderous on the orb run, you know, or really at all in Zot. It's just kind of funny that there's no gold dragon scales, but I suppose that's pretty common. Let's finish clearing the depths. And by the way, I think I may have forgotten to clear all of vaults. I think I did my wacky trick where I didn't clear parts of it on my way down. So Vampiric Demon Whip. Don't really need it. Whoa. I don't care if I get abyssed here. There was a disto Hell Knight, but whatever. Nice. That was a good tab. All the dungeons are a bit samey, and melee is greater than any other option. Are we talking about D&D now, or are we talking about DCSS? Because if we're talking about D&D, I would disagree entirely. Okay, I was gonna say, like, mages beat the hell out of melee in D&D. Like, it's not even a comparison. Ah, the broom closet. Okay, let me check the vaults real fast. Maybe I did go through it. Oh, no. My memory is correct. Just realized this. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to see invisible all the time? But then I wouldn't have Slay +6. Get some intelligence. Eventually we're going to be casting. I guess we probably won't be in this crystal plate in the end game. Okay, shield's 25. Armor 15, dodging 15, fighting 20. Yeah, no, I already got the vaults rune. I just didn't clear out all of vaults. There's a thing I like to do on Rue where I will not clear the vaults as I'm going down, and then I'll go down to vaults 5 and I'll APOC. And then I'll come back up and kill stuff to get experience to sort of sort of pay for what I did. And I just kind of forgot that I had done that. I'm gonna do a thing. Oh, don't you flame me. Dude, I will APOC if I have to. Okay, we APOC. Okay, I'm painstakingly doing something important here. It'll make sense here in a minute. I'm just making a friend here. Don't kill yourself with RuARs, bro. You might have to. I might have to what now? Clear out vaults? Well, I'm trying to get experience, you know. Hey, that's not the upstairs. This is the upstairs. Oh, I might have to Oh, I see, yeah. I don't think I had to, just convenience, you know. Okay, cool. We're leaving him. He's our friend. We'll come back for him later. He's gonna do me some big favors later on. Okay, we finished Vaults 4, we finished Vaults 5. Correct, Yadort. Yeah, that's a fair point, Tone, although, I mean, he'll do it. I don't think Ru will stun him when he's in the process. I mean, he was summoning stuff just a minute ago, so I don't think it's really a problem. Maybe we'll use the Moon Troll armor. Just kidding. Although having extra reach-in might be kind of cute. Anyway, down to Crypts. Actually, hold on. Hold on. We've got this amulet of Rn++, and believe it or not, it makes sense to use here. Scrapping system or something for getting rid of all this rubbish. Well, I mean, that's essentially Jivia, is it not? I'm gonna make it so Jivia doesn't die if you kill TRJ, by the way. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'm afraid that I don't know how to pronounce any of that, but I appreciate the follow nonetheless. Is that Korean? Vietnamese, maybe? Definitely not Japanese. I'm like 99% sure. It is Korean. Okay, that's what I thought. Cool, man. Yob Sancho. Okay. See, I don't know if I would agree with that tone. Jivia is really strong. I mean, the fact that he can just erase any enemy off the board as long as it's not a demon or holy, that's pretty strong. I mean, if you're talking about a 3-4 rune game, I mean, yeah, you'll find the altar way too late. I agree with that. That's going to be changed as well. I'll probably make him into a lair god. You know. But even the way he is now, there are reasons to swap to him. Did I say lair god? I meant to say temple god. Yeah, no, I agree entirely. It's just a silly holdover, basically, from olden times, so to speak. Whoa, it's Jory with a great sword of distortion. Okay, let's just hope he doesn't disto. disto me into the abyss. It wouldn't have been a big deal if he did, though. We took him out. Let's, just to humor myself, I'm going to carry this Greatsword of Distortion with me. Hello, Cursed Skull. Can I kill you? Yeah, I can. See, I don't know, Tone. I don't even know if... I mean, like, are new players really going to get screwed over by Jivia? I mean, if they're thoughtful, if they read what they're supposed to be doing, they look at the god abilities or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how does that screw over new players? He's powerful as hell. Also, we just got insta... That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Insta teleported. You probably... It happened so fast you didn't even notice. I went down, and kaboom, we're right up here, like in the middle of the floor. You know, it's wild. Actually, I guess there's an exit right there, but still. Is that the rationale? I don't know. When I hear the mainline devs give rationales for things, I always kind of look at it with a side eye sort of thing, like, you know, kind of a sidelong glance where I'm suspicious and I don't necessarily trust what they're saying, because it's like they've been known to just like lie about what the actual reasons for doing things are. Well, the new trap system is just dumb. Like, logically, it makes no sense. I mean, it doesn't even seem like a trap, you know? It's like, okay, it happens when you reveal new tiles that are nowhere near you. That doesn't... It's ridiculous. You know? And the worst part about it, and the thing that Ebbering... It kind of shows me that Ebbering just doesn't understand why this game is fun to play. It's, like, clear that he's not a very good player. That's, you know... It's the fact that, like, it's significantly less interactive than the old style, and to me the thing that makes DCSS so interesting is interactivity, you know, being able to do things that impact the fate of your character. Yeah, Ebbering doesn't really play the game. I mean, if you look at any of his changes, you really get the impression that he's just kind of doing whatever he feels like without any kind of testing or any kind of really core knowledge of what the game is about, which is unfortunate. You know, that, I don't know, it's sad, but I'm going to fix that. You know, I'm taking over, so it's fine. It's like, my fork is just going to be better than mainline, so, I mean, it'll come. It'll come. Give it some time. But it's just like, it's a shame that it came to this, you know. No, yeah, absolutely. That's another example. Yeah, Edort, that's the very first thing we're doing. We're adding a new layer branch. In fact, I just coded half of that today. Anyway, yeah, Tone, check this out. I offered, when Jorgen CJR went down, I literally offered to bring another server online, and Advil, okay, let's go down the list. Like, Advil accused me of making a fake offer. I'm not sure why I would do that or how that would look good for me if I were to, like, offer to do that and then not follow through. So he accused me of making a fake offer to run a server, which is just bullshit. Marvin PA, who despises me, said that under no circumstances would he want me to run a server. And then basically the rest of them said about the same thing. And except for Amaloy, who was kind of cool about it. I gotta say, the only one of those people that seems remotely reasonable in any of my interactions with them has been Amaloy. But anyway, yeah, like, I'm sitting there offering, you know, something like $50+ a month to support the game. So obviously I care about DCSS, you know. It's like, I didn't ask for anything in return for that, you know. But it's like they're more interested in like feuding with anybody who has the audacity to disagree with them on a subject than keeping the game alive. And lo and behold, like a few months, like not a month, like a few weeks later, Floraline comes out with Kelby, and the comedy there is that, like, Kelby, Floraline is like a, you know, like a you know, not even a particularly good server admin. Like he started, I tried to run meme on his server and he banned my account for it, like my actual tournament account, which is something I would never do no matter how much I disliked someone. I would never ban somebody's account as like, I don't know, retaliation or because I didn't like them. And I think one of the reasons they cited for not letting me run a server was like, oh, well, he'll be political. And it's just, it's like a comedy, it's like a really ironic sort of comedy type thing. The fact that that was one of their excuses. And then you get this dude running in who does that exact stuff. You know, it just gets a pass because it's me. I don't know. It's the politics behind in the community of this game really kind of makes me roll my eyes sometimes. But that's just how it is, you know. By the way, we finished Crypt while I was talking. Really, we got the most straightforward. I really like this. I like this ending. It's kind of big, but you know exactly what to expect. You know there's going to be 2 curse skulls up here. You know there's going to be some spiders here. You know there's going to be some mummies here. You know you're going to get some, I don't know, generic crap all throughout here and profane servitors up here. You know you're going to have ghouls in this cage. Like I love branches and sections of branches where I know exactly what to expect. You know. Yeah, it is just high school, and it's a shame because DCSS should, in my mind, be a meritocracy. Like you've got good code, you know, okay, your code gets added. You know, you've got good ideas, your ideas get added. But the reality is that it's more like a high school clique. You know, it's like whoever is most liked by a group of sort of insular assholes is the one whose stuff gets added to the game. And honestly, I do picture it like a group of sort of like mean high school girls, you know, talking behind each other's backs. It's just like really, really silly. Which is one of the reasons why these people need to be left behind as we move on and create a game that's just better. You know, because the base of DCSS is so cool, and it needs to be in the hands of people who are just a little bit more mature, you know. That's an interesting idea, Tone. I kind of like that. That's essentially just like a more hard set vault system. Needs to be in the hands of people who play the game. Yeah, I agree with that too. Because there's just so many things that these people say that just seem insane to me, and it really reveals a sort of lack of depth of knowledge, you know. And it's a shame because people sometimes assume, well, the person's a dev, therefore they know a lot about the game. But I would go head to head with somebody like GambaFunk any day of the week in terms of DCSS knowledge or ability to win games, you know. And I think that our respective records kind of bear that out. Not that I think that's the be-all, end-all of like whether somebody should be a dev or not, but it is important. It's important when you're making changes to a game that you have a very thorough understanding of how that's going to impact the game. All right. Anyway, we're level 27, but I really don't feel good about being in Zot. This character could easily do it, but he could also easily get owned. I don't know. Like, I don't want to get shafted. I guess that I have minus tele, so I can't get teleported into the back of Zot, but like the orb run itself could screw me. So, I don't know. Have I missed any good body armors by any chance? No, not really. Yeah, Tone. I agree, that's an easy trap to fall into. Man, 4 enchant armors. Do I have the cojones to go for Crystal Plate, Armor of Ponderousness for the orb run? I don't think I do. Moving slowly on the orb run is really painful, even if it's only like a little bit slowly. Not a big fan. Why don't we... Oh, hey, we found an amulet. Why don't we wear... no, we'll read Identify on it. Okay, it's harm. Forget that. We're going to wear Acrobat and RF+. We're going to wear minus tele instead of the Slay +6 because I don't want to get teleported. This is when you switch to Nem so you can summon Panlords to cover your slow-ass retreats. Yeah, I suppose I could do that. Seems a little silly, but maybe. Honestly, like, no joke, I am tempted to like swap to Zen or something and just like donate all my money, get to max piety, and then do the orb run like that. Alright, we've got this dude. Well, I tell you what, we'll mark this floor as having our friend. How much money do you need for Zen? That's a good question. I mean, I don't particularly want to feel like you're being watched by something. No, no, no. Okay. I don't particularly want to ditch Rue and then just have to live with these sacrifices. Sort of painful. Okay, would you believe we don't have our poise? We don't even have an our poise swap. That's a bit of an issue against this stuff. Actually, we do have an our poise swap. Believe it or not, the poison clouds from the breath can actually own you. But yeah, 27 Invo is hilarious on Zen. All this swapping is going to get annoying, I guess, but sometimes, depending on the items that you find, sometimes it's just a sort of unfortunate necessity. Macro the swaps. Sometimes, I used to do that sometimes, and then I experienced, I think at one point a while ago, I experienced the macro failing for no good reason. Fall through a shaft. Well, that's what I didn't want to happen. Let's go back up. Huh! This is always my favorite thing, when Rue causes something that has LCS to LCS itself, you know, and then it just like shoots a crystal spear right into his own heart and dies. It's beautiful. Let's pop on our poise. Let's pop on our neg for that matter. That's so strange and scary. Rue is spooky. You want to hear the spookiest thing about Rue? It's almost a little bit silly, actually. If you're fighting something with LCS, or really any spell that has a certain range, things can try to LCS you from far away. Like, it'll choose its action. For whatever reason, it'll choose its action like before it checks the range, and then it'll cast something. So it could be like the entire screen away where it couldn't possibly LCS you, and then it could just like decide to LCS itself. So it's not even that the thing gets redirected. Rue is just like making him kill himself, I guess. Rue is a cult leader. Yeah, Rue is a real Jim Jones type. Electric Golem should be very easy to kill. Zerked Shadow Dragon, let's pull him up. Okay, we really don't want to, we don't actually want to try to Stair Dance versus a toe, so we'll just swing on him here. Okay. Let's pull this up. I'm actually totally happy about him being Zerked, because that means I don't have to deal with the 60 damage blasts anymore. Oh gosh, all these swaps are killing me. Yeah, Zod has a bunch of silly enemies in it. I'll probably change some of that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the and I'll probably catch flack for this, and this is all totally subjective, of course. But I'm just not a huge fan of the wacky jokes like, oh, it's a death cat, it's a death cob, you know, it's so funny because it's a, you know, it's a corn cob. Like that always is just, I mean, killer clowns, I don't know, man. It just seems out of place in a game that doesn't have jokes like that throughout the rest of it. The death cob is just supposed to be like an undead piece of corn, I guess. I don't know, it seems silly. No, I'm not a big fan of the clowns. Don't make me rant about the clown pies and how dumb they are. You want to hear something really funny about death cobs? They, for a brief period, for a brief period, they had hunger drain. Okay, so imagine like Hungry Ghost on steroids, basically. Okay, put the Slay +6 back on. Kind of like the cheesy, ironic horror stuff would fit in Pan a lot more, though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I would be okay with it being in like an optional branch, you know, a comedy branch or something like that, or cheesy horror branch type stuff. Fine. Abyss would be cool for that because that's like the area where there's, you know, it's randomness. Okay, so that makes sense. Fine. It's chaos, a bunch of weird stuff when there's chaos. Okay, but in the sort of iconic ending area of a game. Yeah, sure, that would be good. Only Minoleg's level. I mean, he's literally like a jester upside down. I'd be okay with something like Killer Clowns being on Minoleg's level, although I wouldn't want them to have the pies in their current implementation, I suppose, since it's very RNG heavy. Wait, sounds like they're bringing that back for the next patch? The Death Cob hunger? I doubt it. Is that a joke? I hope that's a joke. Let's put on Rn++. Man, screw this. Let's APOC. Let's go up. It's not good to have to approach, you know, something with Torment, especially if you have Pondering. But it's not good to have to approach something like that in the open field. Probably would have been better if I had like fogged and taken a step back, but I didn't want to have to use a resource. So we used Apocalypse instead, which is a lot more renewable than Scrolls. Yeah, Tone, look at the Minoleg tile. It's easy to get confused with it. But if you look at it real close, you'll realize it's an upside down Jester. The only reason I figured this out eventually was that there's a splash screen where it shows him a little more stylized, and then I figured it out. Like, oh, this is Minoleg. At first, you kind of think he's some kind of weird tentacle monster or something, but nope. By any chance, are there gold dragon scales yet? Nope. All this swapping. Okay, we just found acquirement. Also, we just got giga drained from that no R negative shadow dragon. All right. What do we want to try to acquire? I'm tempted to acquire armor. I mean, our demon whip is good enough, and acquiring weapon could. Well, I was gonna say it could screw me, but anything could screw me. I'm gonna get armor. Maybe we can get some nice body armor. Pitted scale mail. +6 scale mail with Arlec and Arcor is quite nice, but we don't need it. We don't need our core, even though we've got, you know, we don't have it, but like we don't need it, you know. Although having a potion of resistance would be nice in case. Well, actually, we do have one. Okay. Anyway, I just noticed I have this potion of experience, so let's use that. More enchant armor. We have 5. That's quite good. Okay, he gets a torment on me, but then I turn the corner to lure him. I popped on RN++ as well to slightly mitigate the torments. Okay, again, let's remember to put on RN++. So much swapping in here when you don't have it all covered. You don't usually see me doing this because typically I will make big sacrifices to avoid having to do a lot of swapping in here, because all it takes is screwing up like one time, and then you end up having to use resources. But I feel like I've done an okay job of avoiding messing up too badly. I'm going to AA, restoring my hit points. Getting a little tiny bit of drain, nothing too bad. Ooh. There's a lot of guys in here. I might AA again. I like how that guy just hellfired himself. Thank you, Rue, for that. Nice. Still no gold dragon scales. We've killed just an awful lot of bros, but still no such luck. I probably should be doing Zop backwards, but I don't know. In this particular case, I think I'm inclined to roll the dice on shafts. Actually, we're done. There's no such thing as a shaft anymore, since you can't get shafted from Z4 to Z5, so that whole question is moot now. Okay, let's APOC, because we got stuff blinking around us. Trying to keep this minus tele on as much as possible, because it's still unfortunate if I were to get teleported. Yeah, that's right, Tone. You cannot get shafted into branch ends, except in the case of lair, which is pretty dumb. Shaft card's really useful. You should make more use of that if you ever get back into the game. Hello! Okay, I APOC'd. I should telly. I should. This didn't really work out too well. Let's fear so I don't get circed. Let's get into a hallway. Being next to an acid blob while berserk without our core is honestly pretty painful. Why don't we use Agi? Wait for this tele to kick in. Okay, we killed it. Alright, so this was like the one scenario where I would need a swappable R core item. So why don't we go back and pick up that ring? There's no particularly good excuse for me not having a ring of R core in my inventory. I can't even use inventory management as an excuse, because our inventory is super tiny on account of the fact that we need we need not carry evocations. It's good for getting rid of monsters. I don't know about getting rid of myself. Well, the cool thing about it is that Tone, the Ziggurat figurine is one of the best things in the game for getting out of problems, because you like place it and then you can just press the down button and basically get away from almost anything. Shaft card kind of gives you that power, or something similar to it, all the time. It's pretty sweet. What you do is you preemptively make the shaft beneath you, and then you fight there, you know. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, because obviously the places where you'd want it the most, you can't use it. That is to say, if you're like in Tomb 3, you can't shaft yourself upwards. It'd be pretty incredible, though. To be honest, that should be possible. Upside down gravity suck shafts. I think I saw that video. It's like the tubes from Futurama. Okay, actually I don't want to use you just yet. Am I wearing my minus tele? Yes, I am. Okay, so I grabbed our core. You know what? I don't care about having minus tele more than I care about not getting slammed with a corrosion right off the bat here. Okay. Okay. Kill the Zerk one first. This is not so bad. I can melee these things pretty quickly. Oh, we got the corrosion. If I get hit for one more corrosion, I'm gonna APOC. Well, I said that, but then the actual guy died. Okay, hold on. I want a power leap, but that's noisy. Right, this is okay. This worked out. Minus 12 corrosion is a lot, but we had plus 6 slay from... Actually, no, we didn't. We didn't have plus 6 slay from that ring. We didn't have it on. Whoops. I noticed I had an observer here. Should make a bot that does that. Okay, let's put on Synv. If I can remember which ones got it. Alright. Put our corrosion back on. But yeah, this is a very, very special vault. You typically don't see this. Just a bunch of acid damage. Hey, there's our GDA, or GDS if you prefer. That's going to make for an interesting choice. So we wear that instead of the crystal plate, and then we enchant it up. Cutting down on our AC, but removing our speed penalty and giving us quite a few resistances. Now the interesting thing about this, or perhaps I should say the uninteresting thing, is that we don't have anything really that we can swap that we care about, you know, like RC, RF, like what would I swap now that I have the benefit of having an extra RF and RC from the Dragon scales? I guess we could drop DDFu, the helmet, going down to +2 RF, RF++ that is, and then we could get the helmet of Synv. Okay, that gives us +1 AC, and it gives us Synv all the time, which helps a lot. That would also allow me to drop this dumbass ring. Well, I shouldn't be mean to the ring, it's actually a pretty good ring. it just gets it out of my inventory. I'm just annoyed because I had to swap so much. Anyway, it gets that off the table. Since we have Synth, we have our poise, we have more RF than we really need, you know. Okay. I don't remember where I left my friend. Here he is. Oops, my friend can't fit. Perhaps I can't fit. Let's take my new friend over this way. We have minus tele on, super crucial for me not getting pizzoned. That's a hatch. We don't want to take a hatch. Now we're going to do ZOT5, and we're going to do it very cheesily, but we're not going to do the orb run just yet. I feel like this character just needs a little bit more, oomph, a little more something. The fact that I don't have evocations available is kind of sad, kind of scary. Why don't we go ahead and magic map this, by the way, just so I know what I'm dealing with here. Now, I talked a lot about how I wanted to get disjunction online, but that would be, I don't want to say impossible, but boy, there would be a lot of grinding involved. Because this is a guy in gold dragon scales with whiz -2, or whiz minus. Yeah, Tone. So let me invite you to take a look at my thought process. Basically, the idea is that on the orb run, you can just get kind of bad lucked sometimes. Maybe you run into a Panlord that has like Firestorm and he's very fast and he just Firestorms you a billion times, you die. Okay, that's terrible. Maybe you run into, and here's the worst, a Silence Panlord that also has some kind of horrible shit on top of that, like, I don't know, let's say Torment, Firestorm, whatever. They can cast their stuff when they're silenced, so they don't care. So what do? Okay, so what I like to do is I like to use a sack of spiders and like 15 to 20 evocations. That's my favorite trick. You draw cards. Well, we can't all be Nemelix. So I like to do that, and we you know, at that point we get a bunch of bodies in between us and the bad guy. We may even net the bad guy with webs. You Heavenly Storm. I don't know if Heavenly Storm's going to help. All right, screw going near that. So we got the old double trap Zot. Not to worry, because we have a friend. Honestly, I kind of wish I had gone Wujian Council on this character instead of Ru. So yeah, we don't have sacks of spiders available to us because we sacked Artifice, and even if we didn't, we sacked Love. So everybody hates us, including our spider friends, so we can't do that. So Disjunction is kind of like a dumb little brother to all these strategies. Okay, bro, that is a Zot trap. Doing this next to a Zot trap is pretty dumb. I should have done it over here. Let's pull this guy. Okay, this is perfect. So our friend is going to just have a grand old time pulling guys to us. All right, I'm going to have a grand old time dying to all this. How about we... Shit. That's a lot of stuff. This dude could be the LCS guy, double LCS is me, this guy could be an LCS guy. Technically, we don't know this for sure, but technically, how much damage is on the table right now? 144 per Ancient Lich, 288 because of haste, and then 388 plus 144, or 288 plus 144, 388 plus 44, so like 428 plus 432 damage. Just kill them with Serpent Slash. That wouldn't even work if I was worshipping Wu Jian. So obviously I think the move here is we Apocalypse. Let's pull this stuff up. Let's hit the Ancient Lich until he's dead. Let's hit the Orb of Fire until he's dead. So that was great, but it was also bad, because that's our friend. Our Convoker friend is gone. So that strategy didn't last very long. Sadly. The Orb of Fire makes no sense. It doesn't look intimidating. I don't disagree. Okay. Give me those anti-magics, please. Stop owning me, please. Alright. Haven't been mutated yet. Mostly thanks to anti-magic. Yeah, I agree, Tone. Alright, so we pulled basically 2 packs. Let's see, that was 2 Orbs of Fire, 2 Ancient Liches, 1 Clown. Probably not even a small percentage of what all's in these lungs. Interesting. Well, hold that thought. It's Ziggurat time. Yeah, no, I agree, Adore. Like, I could power leap across those things, but then what, you know? Okay, I APOC'd because I could have gotten surrounded here. I probably didn't need to APOC, to be honest, but whatever. Also, we have -3 int for some reason. Probably the stupid clown pies. Okay, I used positioning there to avoid getting #owned too much by this Shining Eye. And then as soon as he was within range, we swung on him, and that avoided getting mutated. We just found a potion of experience and then another potion of experience. That's good stuff. Nice. Yeah, the first few floors are free, and you can sort of cheese your way out of many problems. Oh, I have int drain because of these asshole statues. Is what I had it from. So we just APOC'd again. Whoever it is that added these damn statues to Ziggurats, I want to find them and tell them they shouldn't have done that. Really, really complicates doing a few floors of Zig. Should I really be casually fighting these clowns? Probably not. Let's APOC. Kind of using APOC more than I should be, but clowns necessitate such a thing. Enchant armor, we'll use it on the gold dragon scale. By the way, let's put on the Slay Ring. What am I doing? I don't care about being teleported. Not in a Zig. Okay, we'll resist corrosion actually. Tab into this stuff, works out just fine. You think there's too many enemies that are too similar, but with different names? Yeah, I agree. Wouldn't it be interesting if Gevia could fix your room mutations? Wouldn't that be nice? Like anything that you sacrificed, Gevia can just grow back for you. I wonder if that would be an interesting mechanic. You know, and it's not like this is unprecedented in terms of like, you know, the good gods have wacky mechanics to do with penance and whatnot, you know, so why not other interesting scenarios like that? Just a thought. That's an R core ring with strength -2 and R poise. I don't really need that combo. However, this ring with R core and RF plus is a strict upgrade, so we'll use that as our R core swap. Let's identify these artifacts on the ground. You never know, the plate could be like +14, which it wasn't, but it could have been. This is a shoals floor. We can just tab into this stuff. Am I wearing my slate +6? Yeah, I am. You know what? Let's, we have a ton of immolation. Let's just use it. I can APOC if I need to. There we go. I didn't need to. Kind of wild that this was causing me problems. With 41 AC. Now this floor just makes me kind of hurt in my heart area because there's 2 sacks of spiders and a box of beasts. Those would be worth their weight in gold if we could actually use them, but sadly we cannot. Cooked chunks, yeah. Okay, we got a scroll of acquirement. Let's use that. Let's acquire armor. A glowing hat. How cute. Had a magic resistance. That's... That would free up a slot, I guess. We'd want Synv probably from something else. Deck of Summons is all you need. Well, actually, what's funny is if I were to go to Nemelex right now, I couldn't use decks of summoning. How funny is that? Like the most important thing about Nemelex would be forbidden to me. Oh, we're going to APOC immediately. It's just too much danger of getting double tormented, you know, and then iron shotted to death. Yeah, it doesn't get blocked by Artifice, but it does get blocked by Sack Love. Sadly. Oh, this is pretty sick. Alright. We lose a little bit of strength, but we gain int, we gain MR+, which is, you know, covers that problem. But perhaps most importantly, we get another pip of RF. That's pretty cool. Slight power boost. Nothing too impressive, but... Oh, also, I dropped this amulet by mistake. Okay. Okay. Getting to be into the danger zone. Hey, Rainy Day, what's up? I do stream sometimes. It is true. How was the Dynast stream? Hey, with RF+++, I really don't need to worry about taking damage from this. Okay, so we got a manual of long blades, which will probably drop, although I guess I don't need to at this point. Twitch chat almost convinced him to play SpIE. Spriggan enchanters are not that bad, they're just like real obnoxious to play, I guess I would say. Like it's a quote-unquote good background, mainly because it's a Spriggan. But you're going to have a really painful time if anything goes wrong. Tedious, yes, tedious is a good word for that. Spin was the speed run start? Like turn count? Interesting. Anyway, yeah, I guess it would have to be turn count. This is wild. Should we go deeper? We probably should not go deeper. Gosh. Is there any good Demon Blade by any chance? You know what? Balls to the wall. I'm going to stop being a scaredy cat. We're just going to finish the game. I have so much experience, so much power. A very low amount of hit points, but we're going to have to live with that. A lot of defenses. We should be okay. Although a haste Pan Lord is really going to ruin my day. Like a haste silence Pan Lord, rather. Or a very fast silence Pan Lord, I should say. Wonder if I should train some spell casting, actually. That'll give me hit points effectively way faster than fighting will. Also, let's drop this manual of long blades. I feel a bit vulnerable. Going Rue on a Vine Stalker is not a good idea, you guys. Just saying. The game will punish you. Or it can punish you. How much haste do we have? 5 haste, 4 might. We can make this work. Who would be the good idea? Gozag. Gozag's the best god for almost anybody. Back in 2011. I bet the game is unrecognizable from then. What version is that? Alright. Contrary to my best wishes and better judgment, we're going to walk into this dispersal trap. 0.12. Wow. Okay, let's put on RN++. Let's pull this dude back. We're going to play like Felid style. You know, we're going to take some serious care in what we do here. Okay, boys. Come on back. Okay, this is okay. This is no longer okay. There's a clown. Do I have invis? No, I don't. Hey, Lustful Pastries. I haven't seen you in a little while. How you doing, man? I'm having a little bit of a rough time on this run. Things are not exactly as straightforward and simple as I'd like them to be. Okay, I'm going to keep these dudes between me and the Pi master. Or I'm going to try to. I forgot it's full line of sight. We do have cancellation, right? Yeah, we do. Okay. Oh, good God. All right. All right. I hate this. I hate this. I hate that there's a clown here. This is affected by anti-magic, right? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. The Pi is a natural ability, so we just have to kill him quickly. There we go. Crawl's been getting more unfun for a while. Well, Lustful Pastries, don't worry. My fork is coming out soon. If I just put a little more time into building it. Soon DCSS will be in the hands, the capable hands of someone who actually cares about it. Okay, we can get owned here a little bit, but not too bad by these damn Pis. Soon TM. Well, my artist, the lead of the art team is moving right now, so. Uh-oh. We got mutated in a really bad way. Actually, we got both of the worst mutations in one fell swoop. Berserkitis and Teleportitis. How about we chug down some mutation to get that off? All right, there we go. Hey, Power Made Flesh. Valve time. I don't know what that means. Like Steam. And actually, rainy day tomorrow, getting this configuration on Spin would be fine, because by the time you're here on Spin, you should really be using Malign Gateway. Valve time means oh, Half-Life 3. Okay, I get it. Sorry, I'm a little slow mentally right now because I'm concentrating so hard on not getting owned. This is actually a very weak character. He's both strong and weak. Ah, he mutated me, but it's just Dex -2. Rainy day, it kind of depends. Which god are you going for? If you go for Sifmuna, you're good to go. If you go Gozag, you're good to go, probably. You'll probably at least find Summon Forest, which is okay. The expanded time Valve uses when talking about anything that will involve them working. Well, you see, Power Made Flesh, I need people to donate to my Subscribe Star for the development of, oh, good God. Okay, we were marked. We're going to cancel immediately. Walk over here. Please be the only thing around. Swing, swing, swing. We're actually just, like, totally sick and awesome when it comes to killing orbs of fire. You know, that we can do very easily. If it's one-on-one combat, we'll be okay. Especially with something that's casting spells, but like a warrior panlord that casts silence, we may be in some serious trouble on that. Tales of the Sword Coast expansion pack. I loved that, actually. Lustful Pastries, what about it? Sot's pronunciation is cock in Korean. Oh, man. That's great. That's a good name for it, man. Especially with the clowns. Okay, let's avoid being in line of sight of those dispersal traps while we're fighting this stuff. Just in case. Your whole party turns into werewolves. No clue what to do. I don't remember that happening. I think you're supposed to go to the ship or whatever. The crashed ship, and you're supposed to like kill the boss wolfware or something. Oh yeah, you were asking me about Baldur's Gate a while back. Yeah, I don't know, Muscle Pastries. Maybe you're supposed to just kill everybody and then take the ship back, the boat back or whatever. Like try going to the docks. I think you eventually confront like the dude that sent you on that adventure, and you're like, hey buddy, give me the werewolf cure, or something like that. Okay, bro, this is two of these guys. Alrighty, we're gonna silence and hope that we don't regret it. Okay, that worked out. If something else had shown up, we might have been in some trouble. But thankfully nothing did. Rainy day, nets, that would have been smart. You're correct, I should have used nets. Yob Sancho, yeah, I guess I could probably start the next game. A couple people are watching here. I'm going to repeat what I said a minute ago. Streaming at twitch.tv, Malcolm Rose Gaming, if you'd care to join. Okay. I don't know what the next game is. I'd have to look. I'm copying an old streak from a dev. Actually, I can check that real quick. Let's see. The next game is going to be... oh, that's easy. Centaur Air Elementalist. Okay. Not feeling too hot about this orb run, but, you know, we'll try to make it work. Is there a good summon for blocking the screen like the old demonic hordes before it got removed? Summon Horrible Things still works really good for that. Your earliest thing is just butterflies or sticks to snakes. That was a good telly. Okay, I hate that there's a Panlord here already. Very fast. Summon Dragon, summon Greater Demon. This is crap. This is total crap. Alright, let's haste. Summon Greater Demon could actually own me, so how about we Holy Word real fast? That'll make him take less actions, and then we just walk away. Sadly, we can't just, like, use a sack of spiders, you know. But we have, you know, we have a number of Holy Words stashed, so we can repeat that trick a couple of times. No, Summon Horrible Things doesn't get you int drained to death. It's not that bad. I think they turned down how much int damage it does. Hey, we actually got out of Zot really quickly. Just one Panlord, that's not so bad. Maybe this is going to be a forgiving orb run after all. Okay, so we're going to try to get to the staircase. Okay. This is unfortunate, actually. We don't really have a good way to kill this thing quickly at range. Hellions can do a solid 60 damage to you. You don't want to take 60 damage when you're on the orb run. I guess we could juke him, probably. We could fog. Okay, and hit him once and hit him twice and he dies. Okay, that worked out. Chaos Spawn is a bit dangerous. We could get paralyzed. We're going to walk right into the Seething Chaos. All it did was spawn fire, that's fine. Yeah, rainy day, I guess that can be a problem. It just kind of depends. I don't know, typically you don't need to use it that often. Like, I prefer, if I'm going to be a summoner, my favorite spell's got to be Malign Gateway. Dragon's Call, of course, you know, that has no downside, really. No big downside, anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and haste. We're on the final floor, so we might as well keep haste up. Boom, we're at the exit. Alright, all my fears unwarranted. It's pretty sweet. GG, you guys. Yeah, Butterfly is good. I prefer Sticks to Snakes, but it's good. Let's look at our streak. It probably won't get picked up immediately by meme. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it says won last 11 games, but actually it's 12. You'll notice the VSFi isn't there yet. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I will do a little bit more. Let's, okay. I'm going to stop the recording for YouTube. So, thanks for watching the VSFi, you guys. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.